Is this all it can't and it can?
Well, the thing is, it can do more stuff. What you can do is discover new patterns, and this is where the name Siteswap comes from. We're going to do the very first basic thing. So let's just do this. So we've got ball A and B and C, and we're going to do, what, 6 different versions of this pattern? But we're going to be changing the sites of where these balls come within the pattern. And this is totally hand height agnostic. It doesn't really care, okay? So over this side, we're going to go A, B, C, and we're going to end up with a different pattern. Actually, let's just do the same pattern. So we're going to go to A, B, C, and we're always going to have 3 throws, and we don't know what these 3 throws are going to be yet, but they're going to take us to this next one. Over here, we're going to have A, C, B. B, A, C. B, C, A. C, A, B. C, B, A. Do you understand what we're going to do now?
This would be not the beat 3 because it.
Let's work through them. This is really easy. So what we're going to do, we're going to A, B, C. So this C needs to end up there, and we know this is already a 3, 3. Let's just make this clear that all of these first ones are 3, 3, and 3. Okay. So we know A is going to come here. To get back to A again, what do we need? It's very obvious. We're just going to have a 3, and that's going to get us back here. And then we're going to put a 3 there, and we've already done this one, but we might as well do it for completeness. So to get from ABC, 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 ABC to get to ABC, ABC, we get 3, 3, 3 in between.
Okay.
Okay, it's really obvious. But let's do something else different here. We want 3, 3, 3, and then 3, 3, 3 at this side. So we're going to go A, B, C, and over here we're going to go A, C, B. Okay, we know what we can do with A because we can just put through a 3 to get back there, because that one's going to land there. Does that make sense? But B is going to be here, and we're not going to do a 3 because it will land in the wrong place. We actually want what here?
A 4.
A 4, very easy. Okay, and here, and that one goes all the way to there. And this one here, we only need to get, this is C, we're going to go to A and C. So there's 2, okay?
Okay.
And that's it. So we found our first new pattern. So you get a 3, a high throw which goes to a 4, and then a low throw underneath, which is a 2. 3, 4, 2.
But then it does say something about the height.
It can say something about the height, but like I say, if you change the timing, you can get this. There's a 4 and 2. They're all going to the same height, but no juggler. If you said to any juggler, what is this pattern? Everyone would say that's a 3, 4, 2, because we know by the ease of communication, we're just going to presume that a ball around about this height, which goes to the same hand as a 3, and a ball around about this height, which goes to the other side, is going to be a 4, and a ball that we keep in the hand is going to be a 2. So we just use the conventions that it doesn't need to be this. 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2. We can just have 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 2. You know, it's a shorthand. For most people, Siteswap is just a shorthand. Let's do the next exercise, because let's do this. So we get 3, 3, 3. So this is going, oh, I messed up already. So this is going to go from here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got a 4 there. And this is B, and this is going to go 1, 2. And then C is going to be a 3. And what we have here is a 4, 2, 3.
So this goes to here.
Yeah, this one goes to here.
Yeah.
And 2 goes to here, because we're going back to 3, and 3 is that again. What we actually found though is this same pattern again. Do you see that? So 4, 2, 3, if you keep looping it round, is actually 4, 2, 3. Because we're not going, if we have a look over here, the pattern isn't going back to 3 each time. It's not going back to 3, 3, 3 each time. It's just staying on 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3.
Yeah. So if you do it in a circle, you wouldn't be able to say if it's a 3, 4, 2 or 2, 4, 3.
Yes, but that's what we have also in juggling. We have like conventions about talking about site swaps, is that we generally always say the highest number first.
Ah, okay.
So you probably wouldn't always say a 3, 4, 2, you'd say a 4, 2, 3.
Okay, so even about this pattern, you would call it 4, 2, 3.
I would still call this pattern a 4, 2, 3. It's just we're starting with ball B instead of ball A.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, next one over here. What have we got here? This is A, and A is going to go quite a long way. It's going to go 1, 2,
3, 4, 5. B, 1, 2. 1, 2.
2 again. So this time we've got
something different.
Yeah, 5, 2, 2. So this time is we know what 2s are. We're going to hold them. So we're going to go 5, 2, 2, 5, 2, 2, 5, 2, 2, 5, 2, 2. Let's have a look at the next iteration.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
2, 3, 4.
4 again, and we kind of know what's coming up here.
1.
1, yeah. This is when there was like two 3 people who independently discovered this about Siteswaps by going through different iterations, like to get from there to there, what needs to happen along the way to get there. 441 was like the first pure juggling trick which came out, that fell out of the algorithm of Siteswaps. Nobody had ever done 441 before Siteswaps exist that anybody can find. People had done this before, you know, of course, you know, that was a kind of basic. People had done high throws with the 552 and other variations. This was the first thing that ever fell out, which is, of course, 441. Let's have a look at it.
What does it look like?
You know what it looks like. It looks a bit like this. This is what 441 is. So 2 high throws and a zip underneath.
Ah.
Which you'll know.
Okay.
From 441, 441. You know this from my video.
Yeah.
441, 441. Finally, let's just do, for completeness sake, let's do this bottom one here.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so we've got 5, and this one is B.
1, 2, 3.
Is 3, and we already know if we go C to C is 1. So 5, 3, 1. And again, really nice pattern. And the balls go back to a different order. So it's A, B, C, and then C, A, B. So if you ever want to reverse the order of the balls, the sites of the balls within the pattern, you can of course get the 5, 3, 1.
Do that again.
A, B, C, A, B, C, 5, 3, 1, C, B, A, C, B, A. Blue, red, white, 5, 3, 1, and then it's white, red, blue. And it just changes the order of the balls. That is literally what we mean by site swap.
Right.
Of course, we can also very easily do the same thing again, but if we put 1, 2, 3, 4 bits in between, suddenly a whole new dimension of juggling opens up. Because we've got space in the pattern. If this is A and it's going to there, we get a 4. B going to there, we get a 4. C going from there to a 4. And then what's this one? It doesn't have a ball going to it, and there's no ball going out of it. It's why it's called a 0, and there we have an empty hand. So this is very simple. You go 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, and it's just four throws, like fountain throws, and back into the 3-ball cascade again. The furthest apart that an A could get from itself is all the way over there, which was 5 beats. Now, the furthest apart it can get is, if this is an A and the A is over here, we actually get then 6 beats across.
Right.
And it actually allows us to do other things. B, C, and A. This can be a 6. B can go back over to there. 1, 2, 3, so that's a 3, 3. And then a 0 as well. And so then we have something like this, which is, that's the 6 up there. And 2 cascade throws underneath and an empty hand. So do you understand what we get here? So the more space that we have to get one order of balls to a different order of balls, or even the same order of balls, the higher throws we can get. I mean, that's one way of looking and one way of generating new vanilla Siteswaps. And
Vanilla Siteswap?
yeah, this is called vanilla Siteswap. In other words, no synchronous, no changing in and out of synchronous, no passing like 0.5 Ps, no multiplexes, no squeeze catches, all those things that if you try to notate them, suddenly the Siteswap notation would break. It's really difficult to talk about Siteswaps if you can only notate one object at any one time. So multiplex is a good way of getting around that. Sync Siteswaps is an awful way of getting around that, but that's probably something, how much I hate synchronous Siteswaps is probably a video for another day.
Basically, we were just talking about vanilla Siteswaps.
Vanilla Siteswaps only.
We weren't talking about anything else. Other, like,
nope.
Lemon Siteswaps and pepper Siteswaps and cinnamon Siteswaps.
No other flavors, just vanilla Siteswaps there.
All right.
And so vanilla Siteswaps, like I say, good for generating patterns, good for communicating very basically between jugglers if they already share many assumptions, which you can generally say. You can generally assume that they share those assumptions if you just say throw a 5 or do a 6-4 or something like that. You'll be able to understand.
This reminds me very much of musical notation when it didn't have rhythm notation yet included.
It was just the variable. Yeah.
This is kind of like that.
Rhythm again needs other notations to make it really clear, or just assume basic rhythm, just assume a regular rhythm, but it doesn't, vanilla Siteswap, the basic rhythm isn't built in, but it can be assumed. Everything is always assumed unless you say something different.
Right.
Okay.
Cool.